name is Sanjana Rao. I'm a first year at the University of Chicago, and in today's video, I hope to answer a few common questions I get often and convince you that Uchicago is a great place and you should come. So Uchicago is a private research university that was founded in 1890, so it's relatively young, by Rockefeller. And the most common question I get about our university is it where fun comes to die? So, in my opinion, no, it is not where fun comes to die. That stereotype came about in the early 1990s due to rampant grade deflation, and it was common to hear, if you wanted an A, you should have gone to Harvard, etc. And a lot of students, like the dominant student tribe, were extremely studious, not super social, kids who just wanted to be left alone with their books. That has changed a lot, especially in the recent years. There are parties, there is Greek life. It's not huge like it would be at a public university or Duke or Dartmouth, but it definitely exists. There are 4 sororities and oh god knows how many frats. There are a lot of frats, and there are parties 4 times a week at least. Then there are the diversity organizations like SASA, which is the Indian organization, and OLAS, which is the Hispanic organization, also throw parties, so those are always fun. Moreover, it's also really easy to make friends. People are generally really nice and outgoing, and Uchicago has a residential college system, so you are placed into a college in your first year, and you have to stay on campus for your first 2 years. And within that college, you're placed into a house, and this is a community of 70 to 90 students from all years who do fun activities together, like going downtown, going to see comedy troupes, having study breaks together, and it's always a really easy way to make friends, especially in your first few weeks of college because you're living with them. Again, house activities are optional. You don't have to engage with them, but it's always fun. Number 2, is it cold? So, yes, it is cold. I am from Phoenix, Arizona, and Bangalore. I lived in Bangalore my entire life, and I was born in Phoenix, and I have never seen snowfall, well, until fall quarter. So that was an experience, but it's definitely something you get used to, and if you have the a warm enough jacket and the correct clothes, you should be fine. That being said, the polar vortex was pretty brutal, and this winter was completely normal. It was really warm, honestly, by Chicago standards, so I haven't really experienced the worst of it, but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. You get used to it really easily. It's also quite nice. I prefer the cold, so yeah. Number 3, is it safe on campus? So I personally have never felt unsafe on campus, but that being said, Uchicago is in Chicago, which is a big metropolitan city. It has crime. We are in a relatively unsafe part of it. However, the CPD is the 2nd largest police force, private police force, in the world after the Vatican. So there are officers stationed on every block. There are shuttles that run from 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. There are apps on your phone called Uchicago Safe for if you need a police escort, etc. So yeah, there are a lot of resources, and as long as you're aware of your surroundings and are relatively careful, don't go walking at 3 a.m. staring down at your phone, and yeah, don't do stupid things, and you'll be fine. What is the core curriculum, and is it hard? Is another common question I get. So the core curriculum is a series of requirements that every student in the college must take. So there are 8 areas of study, which you need to take up to 3 courses in, depending on the area. The requirements change. And this will be about a third of your time at college, but it changes depending on how many courses you decide to take. So the first one is math. So you can fulfill this requirement by taking CS, stats, calculus. Most people take calculus, but there are many ways. The second one is biological sciences. Then there's physical sciences. Then there's arts. So you can take music, drama, architecture, sculpture, visual arts, anything. Then there's humanities. which all first years must take. So it's mainly first years, so it's a really easy way to connect with your grade and make friends in your first year in college. Then there's social sciences. Then there's civilization studies, which a lot of people do abroad, which is always fun. So you can learn about like the ancient Mediterranean in like Athens, say. So it's always fun. And then the last one is a language requirement, which you can place out of if you've already done a language. So the core curriculum is not hard per se. Most professors know that it's a requirement, so they don't grade too harshly. But it's a great way to learn from both your peers and your teacher, because you get a bunch of diverse majors, everything from like CS to like gender studies to like anthropology, all in one room talking about, say, poetry. It's also, you're not really locked into one thing. So even within humanities, there's like a multitude of different courses you could choose. So for example, you could take anything from Philper, which is philosophical perspectives, where you have to read like 6 books, to language and the human, which is more of like an anthropology course where you don't have to read anything, just research papers. So there's something for everyone. And I personally really like the core because you get all of those different diverse perspectives in a room, and all talking about like poetry, and you learn far more about like, say, like Sophocles than you would just listening to a teacher. So number 5, is it hard to get involved in academic research while on campus? So this is something that I realized while on campus. Before coming, like as a high school student, I would like email like 30 professors and not get like a single response. But on campus, I had a list of 30, but like, because I was scared, but I started emailing my top choices, and all of them responded. Like, not all of them had like places available, but they were all happy to talk to me and like explain their research, and if they had a future position, they'd be happy to have me helping out, and they're all really accommodating. So I'm currently working in a tissue engineering lab, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. And it was really, really easy. I just had to email a professor, meet them, and I started the next day. So yeah, and I also get paid for it, so it's always fun. So number 6, is it hard to double major? No, honestly, unless you're pre-med, if you're not double majoring, you're kind of a rarity in Uchicago. A lot of people are doing very diverse things. I am a bio major, but I was considering adding history or theater as well. So it's really easy to double major. In addition to that, the majors at Uchicago are also pretty cool. Like, you can always make your own major for one, and then there are really unique majors that you won't find anywhere else, like fundamentals, where you pose a question and then try and answer it over your 4 years by taking various different courses, or Chicago studies, where you learn about the city of Chicago and how it's interacted with the world community. And even within like a normal major like bio, like me, I can concentrate in anything from immunology to cell and molecular biology to cancer biology, which is most likely what I'm going to do. So number 7, what clubs are you involved in? So there are a number of RSOs, or recognized student organizations, and it would be too hard to go through all of them, but like more than 900 of them. But here are a few fun ones that I've been a part of. So I was part of University Theater and the Dean's Men, which is a Shakespeare troupe. So I acted in a play, Julius Caesar, which we put on in the fall quarter, and in winter quarter they put on Antony and Cleopatra. And yeah, well, unfortunately spring quarter was canceled, but yeah. Then I'm part of the Neuro Club, so we do brain dissections, and then we go to talks and museum visits, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. Then I'm part of SASA, which is, like I mentioned before, it's the Indian organization. It's the South Asian Students Association. So there's always free samosas, which is great. Then they have like Bollywood parties, and they put on this big Sasa show, which has like Bhangra, it has Garba, it has like Bollywood fusion dances, it has a cappella groups, AG, which is our Indian a cappella group. And it's always a really fun way to interact with the Indian community on campus. So yeah, I really like salsa. Then there's, I'm planning on rushing, so I'll be rushing AO Pi or Kappa Alpha Theta, not sure yet. But yeah, so those are a few of the clubs I'm involved with. Now the last question, which is, yeah, a really important thing, I'd say, is what's your favorite thing about Uchicago? So I kind of stole my answer from Malika, who is a sophomore at Uchicago and TISB class of 2018. So when I asked her this, she said her favorite part about Uchicago was that you can have a conversation with anybody on campus that is more than just small talk. Everybody is interested in something. Everyone is really passionate about something, and everybody's super curious to learn about what you're passionate about. So while this isn't necessarily true of every single person on campus, it is true of most people, so it's really easy to vibe with people. And it's true of the professors, the TAs, everyone. So that's definitely my favorite part about Uchicago. So that brings us to the end of my video. I hope it was helpful. And Uchicago is the perfect fit for you if you're ambitious, driven, and really excited about learning, and not just learning in your field, learning about anything really. So yeah, hope I see you in the fall.